Hello and welcome to ANZ Stadium. Tonight we have an absolutely crucial match between the South Sydney Rabbitohs and the Warriors, that is the Auckland Warriors. And they're looking for a spot in the top four that is. And I'm joined in the commentary box tonight by Jack Carl. How are we going tonight, Jack?
Oh, I am so excited for this matchup. This is an absolute blockbuster. You don't often see ANZ Stadium packed like this, but it's essentially a grand final for both sides. If the Warriors don't win by 4 points, they need to get past 3, then they will miss the finals. And if the Rabbitohs lose by 3 or more points, then they are gone. Penrith Panthers will be watching this game very closely, as they'll need Warriors to win by a small margin. The more the Warriors win by for Penrith, it makes it exponentially harder. It's going to be an absolute cracker. My tip tonight is I think the Warriors are going to take this one home.
Yeah, I think they will too as well, although in the last 2 of the 3 regular season encounters, the Warriors have actually gone down to the Rabbitohs, having not beat the Rabbitohs since Season 1, which was only by 2 points. The last time these 2 teams met, it was, once again, the Rabbitohs with a 14-0 victory in round 2 of last season, although since then we've seen the Warriors improve exponentially, and especially through this season, they've been very, very good in both attack and defense. So it'll be an interesting game tonight.
Yeah, it certainly will be, and I'd like to draw some attention to the man that's getting all of the eyes. It's Kevin Dixon, making his debut out on the wing today. I think that a few clubs are going to be eyeing off Kevin Dixon, seeing how he goes today. It'll be interesting to see how he goes on debut. He's got some good stats, and he should have a cracker.
Absolutely, he has some great stats indeed. I've had a couple teams reach out to me as SRL Mines Commissioner regarding Kevin Dixon and his availability, and I've just had to say he's an incredible young player and he's got a lot to show in the SRL and yet to come. As now we have Josh Corcoran with the first kick of the game.
It's not a great kick there from Corcoran, as Tyron Clay takes it with ease, and the Bunnies, they'll have a 7 tackle set here.
Yeah, Clay looking very, very comfortable underneath the Corcoran high ball. In recent times, he's been a bit lackluster, I guess, is a way to call it for Clay, his play style, ever since moving from Manly Seagulls last season to the Rabbitohs. And now we have Carl throwing a ball straight into the chest of Corcoran, and that's an awkward one there.
It certainly was. It just seemed to... You're trying to get it past him, but just throwing it into the chest there. The Warriors now with some prime opportunity. On your point about Clay, I just don't know if he fits with the Rabbitohs mold. An error there from Slattery. That's poor from the Warriors, squandering an absolute beauty of an opportunity.
Yeah, that was an... Oh, and Liam Ryan has had his head taken off here. It looked like it was Jai McCartney, the man, who took off his opposition halves head, almost rolled straight into the front row of the crowd, as we have James Thorne about to tap and restart the set for the Rabbitohs.
Well, a few weeks ago, was it? Yeah, 2 weeks ago, we saw Jai McCartney do a little bit of voodoo magic. Perhaps he's gone for medieval decapitations this time. That was a bit... His swinging arm, he almost took his head off.
Throw another intercept pass here, the Rabbitohs, and the Warriors are getting left off the hook here. That was just a disappointing, and really no need to push that play at all.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, both teams, they need to just calm their nerve. They've both had opportunities so far. I don't know if we've had a completed set. And the one that we did was to Tyron Clay, and he just took that in the in-goal. It was a poor kick. Both teams playing pretty poorly at the moment. They should just calm their nerve. I'm sure the nerves are high. And just get to the end of a set. McCartney, that's not what you wanted.
And that is a crucial error from McCartney there. Just kicking it straight into the head of a Rabbitohs player who collected it really easily. And for one of the best set and best field position so far is he's held in the tackle there, O'Hare. And I think, oh no, they won't go for the 2. Rather, they'll go for a kick for touch, the Rabbitohs.
Well, look, I think the Rabbitohs, they can't panic here. They've just got to complete this set. Even if they don't score, they just need to complete this set, get through it. both teams, they've got the opportunities. They just need to pull their head in and stop making arrows.
Indeed they do, as we have Jackson Ellison now taking a run. Thorne goes left to Davis. Davis taking on the line. Not much space there to run through, as Liam Ryan now couldn't get the ball away in time. Has to take a hit up himself, as Allison with another one. He's pushing. No one's helping the teammate there. I couldn't see who was tackling, but they wrap around the legs eventually and get him on his back. The referee's going to send it upstairs with a try verdict. I don't know if I agree with that one.
I don't know about that one.
It looks like he never looked anywhere near getting the ball down. Interesting call there from the referee, Noah Gould, as we'll go out to the 10 for play the ball. It's the 4th. Ryan going right to O'Hare. Inside ball. It looked a little bit forward, the pass. The Warriors were calling for it. The referee has none of it, as we have Ryan now putting in a grubber. Guys runs onto it, and I don't think he's going to push over here. No, he's turned on his back by the assisting tackle from Jaden White, and the Warriors will get a set now.
Yeah, well, the Rabbitohs, they won't be overly happy about that set, but they did complete it. They got a tally on the completions column. That's all you can hope for at the moment from the Bunnies. And the Warriors, they'll also want to hit back with another completion of themselves. I'll tell you what, this game has been a mess so far. Hopefully we can see some good footy later on. So far, it's been pretty bad.
Yeah, hopefully. It's been a little bit rushed from both sides so far. Really, I don't know, trying to push those extra plays, get those extra meters, and it just hasn't worked out for either side, as we have Josh Corcoran through a good gap there. It's the last tackle. They're just over 20 meters out from the Rabbitohs try line. Rogers now with a kick, playing in the centers tonight rather than the second row, his usual position, as he recollects the ball. Steps one, Rogers. He can't get the offload away. That's a very good play from the second row turn center. And the Rabbitohs, though, alas, they will be given a set in a handover.
Well, when I looked at the team list on Friday and saw Liam Rogers, the pink-haired freak, in the centers, I was a bit skeptical. That was a pretty good play there from him, just managing to get past one defender before being brought down. I wonder if he's going to be a bit of a threat in this game. Obviously, having to play there because of Bunce's injury, he could provide a little bit of spark for them in this first half.
Yeah, it's been a main talking point leading up to this matchup, which is very, very critical for both the teams if they are to make finals. It's one of these teams, and whoever wins tonight will make the finals. I don't see the Penrith Panthers pulling off a 20-plus victory. But, you know, they surprised us last week against the Warriors. But, yeah, no chance bunts. It's really, really not looking good for the Warriors so far.
Yeah, I have to agree. And the Rabbitohs, they smashed the Broncos last season in finals week 1. I think it's a similar situation if they make finals. This team's really making up the numbers. I believe that if Rabbitohs lose tonight, it'll be the worst team to ever make finals in the SRL. So it's not a particularly good competition once you get past third place. And I think at the start of this game, we're seeing a bit of that. I'd like to see both teams play some good footy, but I don't know. It's just a little bit disjointed, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I would say it is disjointed, and I think next season the new salary cap and potentially the new team in the Newcastle Knights making their way into the SRL will really change that kind of dynamic of, I guess it's kind of Manly and the Canberra Raiders really being dominant in the last couple weeks, the last season pretty much that we've had, and obviously last season as well. But hopefully, the new cap and the new team, we can see some things as Corcoran now peeling away. Liam Ryan, he looked like he was going to get him, but he dove early. He's at the 40 here. He's got open yardage. They're not going to catch him, and he's going to put it down under the uprights.
Wow, that is absolutely something from nothing. Why did Liam Ryan dive? He was gaining on him, and he dived, and just nothing but air. And Paddy Corcoran, the lock, manages to ground the ball right under the post. McCartney should convert this with ease. The Warriors will go 6-0 in front.
It's not often that you see a big fella like Patrick Corcoran score a 90-meter try. a big hat off to you. He's only got a 77 speed, which is pretty fast for a forward. And that is an incredible try from the big lock. He's been absolutely amazing this season for the Rabbitohs, and that's his 3rd try for the season. I'm still not for the Rabbitohs, for the Warriors rather, and it's his 3rd for the season.
Yeah, well, he's previously played a lot of hooker, and he's been switched into that ball-playing lock position, similar to Aaron O'Hare on the other side. And I'll tell you what, Paddy Corcoran, he's been pretty good there, and he gets himself a meat pie. I'm sure he will be happy with that one.
He is, as Logan Strange now taking up the first hit up. The Rabbitohs defense and just that run moments ago looking all sorts of disjointed. I don't know why Liam Ryan took a dive so early. He was for all money going to catch Patrick Corcoran. There was no question about it until he took that early dive, and it was just nowhere near him. He didn't even clap the heels as Slattery now bumping over, I think it was that number 10 there, Hayden Davis. I'm not too sure. As Simon's now taking a run for himself, can't get around them, and it's going to be the last tackle. 40 out from the opposition try line. Jaden White splitting it down to Josh Corcoran, Patrick's brother, as we have Clay now with the return. Liam Rogers reeling him in.
Yeah, that was a good set after points from the Warriors, just completing their set, putting a kick down, and now the Rabbitohs will have to work it out from their own half. This game has been... Oh, no, not another error. I think that's come off the Warriors. But the Rabbitohs, they'll have the heart in their throat. Sorry about that. But, yeah, the Rabbitohs get the ball. Warriors error. It's come off the hand there. And they'll get a lifeline. I thought that was an error for all money.
Yeah, I didn't see too much what was happening there. It looked like the referee was happy to call the error against the Warriors after a little bit of deliberation with his pocket. As Allison now pushing forward in the tackle. It's going to be the 4th there, just over 37 out from the opposition try line. Carl now with a run himself, couldn't get the ball away to his outside, and it was Logan Guys. Thorne now spreading it down to O'Hare, puts in a good kick for Awatae, and he's just been driven straight into the touch there, and the Rabbitohs will be gifted some great field position.
What was Nikau doing there? He just stood there, and then the tackle comes from behind. It's Kevin Dixon making the tackle, and he forces him over the sideline. That is massive for the Bunnies. Massive.
Yeah, it was a very awkward situation there. Kevin Dixon doing very, very well. Oh, and it's a forward pass off the tap. No. It's come forward off James Thorne, straight into the hands of Liam Ryan, and the Warriors will be let off the hook.
That is absolutely basic stuff. You can't be doing that in the top grade of this simulation comp. I mean, that's just, that could possibly cost you your finals. If this game comes down to 4 or 6 points, that forward pass could have just cost you a chance in the finals. That is absolutely poor from the Bunnies there, from James Thorne and Liam Ryan, in the poor communication. Really disappointing.
It was an awkward pass. It's something that we see sometimes. All of a sudden, the hooker turning into Tom Brady mode, as we have Liam Ryan taking a kick. It was an awkward one from McCartney, that one. His kicking game's been off the last couple of weeks, and now Ryan plays the ball. O'Hare, Butterfield now playing in the fullback position tonight, as we have him playing the ball. Thorne going to O'Hare, spreading it, trying to push through the middle here. The Rabbitohs trying to get some yardage, and it's that man, Jackson Allison, who's been very, very consistent for them, as we have Ryan now, Carl rather, Butterfield. Pushed back in the tackle, 35 out here, 4th tackle, as we have Carl taking on the line himself. He's been doing that a bit tonight with minor success, as we have him playing the ball. Thorne going to O'Hare, who has the kicking duties once again, puts it up for Awatae, and this time he's not driven to touch because he's in the middle of the field.
Yeah, that was a poor chase there from the Bunnies. There was no one there. Awatae just taking it with no contest at all, and the Warriors, they'll get the ball back, working out from their own end. I tell you what, I think the Bunnies are looking like the worst team at the moment. The Warriors, they've made a few Poor decisions on last play. I think that's really what's keeping the Rabbitohs in the fight. They're certainly not looking amazing.
We have Corcoran now spreading it to Engo. Oh, that's a good bump off from Engo. He's through the line. Oh, he's breaking through the Rabbitohs defense. He's just absolutely pulverized, turned them to nothing, but smashed Avocado. There is Corcoran now putting in a kick, and Clay's going to return it here, and he's reeled in by Josh Corcoran.
Yeah, great tackle there from Corcoran. Clay can be dangerous sometimes. Been a bit quiet this season, but he can be dangerous. Thorn breaking through the line there. Posing too much of a threat. Paddy Corcoran reels him in. Oh, wow, Allison.
Allison throwing showing off his speed through the line there. It was that man stepping in the fullback jersey tonight, Simons, that had to make the tackle as Dixon now on debut. He's gotten very, very close. You can't get closer to that and not score, as Saddlecart now trying to dart himself. Couldn't get around them. Thorn doing an awkward bit of ball work there as Patrick Corcoran picks it up off the grubber, and the Rabbitohs just failing to complete there.
The alarm bells ringing when Dixon was screaming down the sideline. That was a great run there by the rookie, and he'll be a bit disappointed he didn't get the try. But again, another disappointing end to the set from the Rabbitohs, which is a little kick, not really posing much of a threat, and Corcoran cleaning it up easily.
Yeah, Kevin Dixon already showing what he's made of. It was a I don't even know how to describe it. It was quite a run from the young fella, only just being reeled in by the Warriors defense, which we've seen in the past how good it is. As now we have Jaden White going to McCartney. That's a better kick from the halfback, finding his space there as Clay now. He goes towards the sideline, but Simons has no chance of pushing him any further than that, as Carl now taking a run. He's been busy tonight, the halfback, as he's going to play the ball. Thorn going to O'Hare. Dranigan, he's subbing on tonight, just going past the 50. That's going to be the third tackle here. Not the greatest field position for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Allison now, yet another run from the second rower, a veteran forward and Australian captain. Now we have Butters going to Carl. Linking up there, the two spine players. It's going to be the last. Once again, Carl playing the ball for the last tackle. He's been doing that a lot tonight, and that's a knock-on the last tackle, and Tallis Riff's going to collect it. It's going to be a changeover.
Am I watching the Broncos v Eels again? Like, this is not good footy from the Bunnies, and the Warriors aren't much better. They just need to fix up those last play options. Get Ryan around the ball, get him to kick it. Even Butters and Carl can do a job. Like, it isn't rocket science. Oh, wow. Taking his head off there. I wonder if they'll go for the two.
Oh, that was quite something there. Josh Corcoran going to search for the touch line. I didn't see who it was that put the shot on, as Jaden White now is going to tap it. And they're not going to replicate the same error as the Rabbitohs, as Barner's been put on his backside. That was quite a whack there. He's taken Patrick Corcoran, getting the ball from his brother Josh. Now it's White going to Josh Corcoran. Rogers driven back in the tackle. He's been pretty good already tonight, Liam Rogers. And that's brought in Thompson there on the wing. The touchy stayed back. He's not too sure if he's gone into touch here. They're going to go upstairs. They say try. I'm going to need another look to see if he's gone into touch before he's put it down.
Yeah, look, I think he's a great winger. I think he's got that down. You can see the play unfolding down on that left side, and the Warriors, it's green lights. They'll be very happy with that. They're going to take a 10-0 lead with a kick to come.
And that is Brodin Thompson's third try of the season. He's had a little bit of a breakout this season, improving on just one for the previous. And it's been impressive stuff from the wingers so far in the season for the Warriors. They'll be looking to continue their campaign within the finals. Obviously, Isaac Simons playing out of position tonight, usually on the wing. And Chance Bunce starting in that fullback position, but not tonight. That is not the case, as we have Carl. He's going to be kicking it off, and the Warriors. They've got a 12-0 lead over the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
You mentioned Naihana Broughton Thompson's breakout season. Well, I know there's been a few clubs sniffing around, but I believe he has re-signed with the Warriors, and he'll be very happy that he's got that contract heading into Season 5. He's been a great player for them this year, and I can see him going even further next season.
I've got to agree with that now, as we have White going to Corcoran. Broughton Thompson can't get around him this time. It's going to be Liam Rogers, the man in dummy half. Corcoran going to White. White taking the ball for himself now, taking a very, very strong run there. The hooker, Simons, going to Engo. It was an awkward pass. He's pumped off one. He's been very good off the bench tonight. Engo, that's been something already, as Corcoran now with a very deep kick. That is beautiful, down to the wing of Clay, and he's going to get the kick return, and Corcoran chasing his own kick.
Yeah, well, we mentioned how good Liam Rogers has been tonight. I think one little area of improvement for him is that tackle on Clay. Obviously, they've kicked it down to Clay a few times. I think he's missed 2 or 3 of those tackles, Liam Rogers. I won't be overly happy with that. He already does a lot of defending at second row, although it is a different position, and it spells trouble if Clay can get a bit of space.
Indeed it does, as now we have Guys taking it up. He's just outside the 40 here. Carl putting in a kick. That's a good one deep, for once actually kicking it rather than running it on the second last tackle. As we have Broughton Thompson now held down in the tackle. He's been told to get up very, very quickly there, Tyrone Clay. And Nanai now, rather. Sorry, not Nanai. Don't know what I was saying there. As he takes a hit up. Jaden White goes to Corcoran. Comes off the chest of his brother, Patrick. Engo bumping off yet another one. He's been something tonight. Daniel Engo. What a performance so far from him off the bench. Ronaldo Takuri, he's also a rookie for the Warriors. They're spreading it left here. Engo through the line. Can't get much further than Butterfield. It's going to be the last here. Corcoran in that hooker position. Patrick putting in a grubber. Hits the chest of Dranigan, and he collects it before it hits the ground.
Simons, he was screaming through. If the kick was just a little bit more well-placed, Isaac Simons could have had a try there. The Rabbitohs, they're looking shaky. It's only a matter of time before this scoreline really balloons out. They need to get themselves back into it. They're screaming for halftime.
Yeah, and with only 3 minutes until half-time, and the Rabbitohs down by 12 points, what do you think the captain, Jai Collins, will be saying?
Oh, I think this is a very easy fix. The Rabbitohs have looked dangerous. They just keep making errors and last play mistakes. I mean, it's pretty simple. I would like to know what their completion rate is, because they haven't looked great at all with their completions. And I think Collins will be telling them in the sheds to snap out of it and to knock it off, because they need to win this game.
Indeed they do. It's crucial that they do if they want to secure their spot in the top 4. If the Warriors win tonight by, like you said earlier, 4 or more, that's it for the Rabbitohs. And that they will not play finals, as even though in the last 2 seasons they have made it to the grand final, both times playing against Manly and both times going down to the Sea Eagles. It'll be very interesting to see if they actually don't make it into the finals.
Yeah, well, I think with the way they're playing, it's a very real possibility, Kay.
It'll be disappointing as we get closer to half-time here. Jackson Allison probably taking the last run of the half. It's the Warriors here with the 12-0 lead over the Rabbitohs at half-time. I'll see you in the second half. Welcome back to the second half of the Rabbitohs Warriors clash. Thank you for joining us back on SRL TV. If you're just tuning in, it's the Warriors with a 12-0 lead at halftime over the Rabbitohs. Both teams gunning for a position in the finals. If the Warriors win tonight by 4 or more, they will take over the Rabbitohs position and knock them out of the finals, which will commence next round, as we have them kicking off very early here. And Riff now already through the line. Carl, what did you think of that first half there?
Oh, look, I was disappointed from both teams, to be honest. I think the Warriors were better. But that right there is the reason why I was disappointed. Just error after error from South Sydney. It's not, they're just not, they don't look like they want to make finals. They look like they want to finish 5th. If they don't pull their stuff together, then the Warriors are going to beat them by a lot.
Indeed they will, as I think that there's no other man than the captain, Jai Collins, the longest serving captain of the SRL, stepping down at the end of the season. This is, if they lose tonight, that's it. That's his last game as the Rabbitohs skipper. So I don't think anyone will want it more than that man on the field, and he'll be wanting to lead his team to victory in this second half here, as Corcoran puts up a big kick for Simons. Swapping position out of fullback now, and taking the kick but driven back, and it's going to be the Rabbitohs trying to get out of their own line here as Riff with a very good run. It's that man, Bunce, coming from injury, wrapping him up. Down out the back there. Thorne now going as Allison drives forward, the skipper for Australia, and he's been great tonight for the Rabbitohs, having quite a game indeed, as O'Hare gets fed a forward pass from Ryan, and the Warriors have a very good chance to put more points here.
What is happening with South Sydney? This is disgraceful footy. This is under 12 stuff. I have not seen the worst SRL team perform like this. This is a do or die clash, and the Bunnies are performing absolutely terribly, error after error. Really poor.
Here they are, as the home field advantage offering them no favours, as McCartney goes to the line now, put on his back. Once again, the referee, Noah Gould, wanting to send it upstairs. He's got no try. I think everyone with eyes in the crowd tends to agree with that. As the red light comes back, I'm not too sure what the bunker was needed for there. Maybe just meeting their quota for the month, as Nanai now through the line, John! Nanai! What a try!
Wow, that was an absolutely barnstorming run. No one touched him. No one barely laid a finger on him. But where was the defense from the South Sydney Rabbitohs? Can't quite make out who that is. I think it's Tallis Riff and Aaron O'Hare, just absolutely left grabbing at air. And the Warriors are going to extend their lead. I think it's very close to being game over for South Sydney, unless they can start something very quickly.
Yeah, it was a great ball to Nanai, who just ran his line perfectly, as we're going to see McCartney put it straight over the black dot here. John Nanai, that's his first try for the season, and first one since season 2, in which he scored 3. That's his 5th career, and he's been a very, very consistent forward, and he's slotted into this second row in the second half. And I think that's a good position for him. Obviously being the Warriors' top-rated player at 72, with a 99 strength and an 80 speed, there's not much stopping this prop. As Carl's going to kick it off here, the Rabbitohs needing to get onto something quickly.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but is John Nanai not the highest rated player in the SRL? I believe he is. I believe 72 is the highest it gets.
I'm not too sure. I would
Bunce
say so, as Bunce is away here. They're not going to catch him. And the superstar for the Warriors has come on, and he's already scored a try.
Cork's thigh last week. The Cork thigh doesn't seem to be stopping too much of his speed. It absolutely burns everybody. It looked like a little bit of an error there. I think it came off the Rabbitohs' hand. And Chance Bunce, I think he's just sealed a finals appearance for the Warriors.
And that is quite something from Chance Bunce. 2 tries in 6 minutes from the Warriors. I do not see the Rabbitohs coming back from this as they continue the onslaught. Obviously, Chance Bunce being one of the best players in the SRL, arguably the best fullback of all time. And he's just absolutely demolished the Rabbitohs there, and that is just tragic there. He's not even been on for 6 minutes, and he's already scored 4 points.
Well, it's barely been 6 minutes, and the Warriors have scored 12. Like, this has been an insane start to the second half. They've absolutely blown the Bunnies out of the water. I wonder what was said at halftime.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the Rabbitohs were talking about at halftime. It's certainly something different from the Warriors. Maybe McCartney once again just busting out some sort of supernatural force. As the Warriors have been looking just ever so dangerous, looking like a top spot contender all of a sudden, the way that they've been demolishing the Rabbitohs defense. Jai Collins not going to be happy with this performance so far. He really needs to take the reins, have a chat to his team, and make sure that they don't let any more points in, and they need to score some of their own.
Well, you mentioned earlier that is Jai Collins' last game as a Rabbit, as the Rabbits captain, sorry. Well, there's quite a few players in this team that have been rumored to be headed elsewhere next season. I'm surprised that they're not playing with more passion, considering so many of them are playing their last game in the Rabbitohs jumper if they can't win.
Well, maybe that's just it, Kyle. Maybe the problem is that it is their last game, so they don't really care. They don't really want to be there anymore. And, you know, it's harsh to say, but I think there is a culture problem at the Rabbitohs at the moment. You know, some teammates not getting along, and the leadership team in all sorts of trouble as they try and navigate throughout the season, which has been proven to be very difficult for them. I'm hoping for next season, the captain and Liam Ryan will be an improvement for them. Just the likes of some players that have been rumoured to go elsewhere. Jackson Allison and the likes of Tyrone Clay. Rumoured to go other ways. We're not too sure yet, as the re-signing window just opened on the weekend that's just passed. I guess we'll wait to see if any clubs announce their signings and if any players do the same to see how the Rabbitohs will line up for next season.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see how they go. I can count more than a couple players that are... there's rumblings of them out the back door. I think they're going to struggle to put together a team next season, the Bunnies. I think they might need some rookie draft players. Kevin Dixon, keeping him is absolutely essential. He's said to have been waiting till after this game, so perhaps in the coming days the Bunnies can sort something out with Kevin Dixon, because he's an absolute talent and they're going to need him for next season.
Indeed they will, as Williams going to play the ball here. Ryan now trying to step around them. Sorry, O'Hare rather. Couldn't get around them. Ryan spreading the ball to Riff. Tallis Riff bumping off one. Can't get away from Patrick Corcoran. He has been quite a machine tonight. The lock, obviously scoring that first try. Now Olay, driven back in the tackle. It's the fourth. Ryan's in the dummy half. Goes to Davis. O'Hare has to clean up a very awkward pass through the line. O'Hare gets the ball away. Riff now through the line. The other Corcoran brother, well, both the Corcoran brothers are involved in that tackle. Josh Corcoran reeling him in. It's the last tackle. Riff's going to play the ball. Thorne goes to Ryan, goes to Carl, puts up a very high kick, and it's taken comfortably by Walker there.
Yeah, well, not quite the play. I would have liked to see a bit of a deeper kick there from the Bunnies. Unfortunately, unable to get it. I think that's the most dangerous they've looked in this game, the Rabbitohs. And hell, they were able to complete the set, so that's something.
Indeed it is, as we have Chance Bunce now taking a run in the 17 jersey tonight. He's been subbed on to play fullback as Engo now puts the ball back inside for Jaden White to take it. But no dice there as Bunce now in the dummy half roll. Corcoran taking a run for himself with a bit of a settler for the last. Just over 40 metres out from the try line. The other Corcoran brother, Josh, putting a kick down to the wing of Kevin Dixon. They've swapped sides as Dixon goes through the line. He can't get around Chance Bunce. He says, "Welcome to the SRL, brother. I'm here to stop ya." As he's going to play the ball, O'Hare goes to Riff, pushing forward. As Jaden White joins in the tackle, can't get back in position to be square as marker Liam Rogers playing second row now. really meeting Allison and getting up in his face there. Dranigan now through the middle. The Rabbitohs using their forwards to try and get some yardage. As Thorne now goes one way, passes the other. O'Hare through the line, ball straight to Joe McCartney. And that is just, I don't even know what to describe how that error is from the Rabbitohs.
Well, you can't see me right now, but I am shaking my head. The same old stuff for the Bunnies. And the Warriors, well, look, they definitely could come back from this, the Rabbitohs. But with the way that they're making errors, they're just taking themselves out of the equation. And, I mean, I think it's essentially locked in now that the Warriors will be there come next week to face the Cowboys. Yeah, really disappointing stuff from the Bunnies.
Indeed it is, as we have Jaden White now going to Simons. Bunsey through the line, Chance Bunce. He hasn't been on for very long, just over 17 minutes, but he's already looking like one of the best players on the field, as he usually does. Jaden White now goes back to Corcoran, puts it up high, and Butterfield takes it comfortably, and he's met with a wall of Warriors defense.
See, I think that's the difference in this game so far. The Warriors, that was a really great set there and a really great kick, and now it's second tackle. The Rabbitohs are working it out from their own 10-meter line. We really haven't seen that on the other side of the park. The Warriors, they've been very good tonight. They definitely deserve this, and they've got barely any time to Jaden White.
As White!
Oh, what a try.
He's still killed over there in the back play. Sorry to cut you off there, Jilly. White fends off one after the loose ball, and he's... I don't even know how to describe that hit on Mason Remy. He's been doubled over, and it looks like he's only just straightening it up now as Joe McCartney tees up the kick.
That is a result of the hard work that the Warriors put in the previous set, getting up the end of the field and then putting them on their line, so they had to work it out. It was third or fourth tackle, I believe, and they were barely at the 20-meter line. And then Remy trying to do something good for the team, but he absolutely gets battered, and it's 30-0. I dare say the Penrith Panthers aren't making finals.
Well, stranger things have happened. Maybe they can come off with a record win here. That would be very interesting if the Penrith Panthers could do that, of course, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, the most points ever scored in the game was by the Warriors in Season 2, Round 5, which was 54, so if they try and match that record, they have a chance. But, you know, it's very unlikely if the Warriors keep on going the way they're going. Maybe they'll beat their own record yet, as we have Corcoran now going to Nanai, pushing forward. Arguably, two of the best players in the competition. Nanai, a 72 rated prop, and Chance Bunce, a 70 rated fullback, are both starting off the bench tonight for the Warriors. And ever since coming on, they've both scored tries, as Bunce now tries to get around Butterfield. Butterfield's there to obviously playing tonight, where he grew up playing a bit. As Walker's through the line, and the number 4 can't get away from some of the Rabbitohs defense there. It's the last tackle, about 12 out from the try line. Corcoran puts in a grubber kick. Allison stops it with his boot and picks it up, and the Rabbitohs will be struggling to get out of their own 20 here.
You mentioned the record win. I've just worked it out. If the scoreline were to stay the same, the Penrith Panthers in their game against the Broncos tomorrow would have to win by 50 points to make the finals. It's quite the ask. It's quite the ask.
It is quite the ask, but, you know, like we've seen in previous times, we've seen very weird things happen, and the Broncos being a very, very weak team going into this encounter for the Rabbitohs, and that's a very weird kick from Ryan. He's put that way too deep in no man's land. It's just bounced over the dead ball line.
What's happening? I don't know what's happening with this team at the moment. They are just making every possible error that they could make. They've got 100 options of errors in front of them. They've taken all 100. This has been quite something from the Rabbitohs.
Yeah, that was weird, as we have Nanai now taking up the hit up. White going right to Corcoran. Bunce, McCartney linking up there. Inside ball back to Jaden White. They're throwing the ball around here, the Warriors. It's going to be the third, just at the 20. Some great play there from the Warriors, looking to extend their lead by even more and show the finals, the top four, what they're made of, as Nanai now turned on his back. It's going to be the fourth, just over 12 out. Bunts now, steps one, can't get around another. And it's going to be the last tackle, playing about 5 meters out from the try line. They'll go to Patrick Corcoran, who takes the run himself, and Patrick Corcoran, he's going to get the ball down!
I think that's a try. They're sending it upstairs, but I'm thinking that's a try. Klein doesn't think so, but that ball seems to be pretty clearly down. Corcoran too strong. He's going to get a double, I believe.
Indeed he will. That's his fourth for the season. He's double for tonight, obviously scoring the first try for the Warriors. It's been quite something to watch indeed as McCartney tees up this kick.
Well, Kay, I'd like to draw some attention to a noise I just heard. About 20 seconds ago, I heard a scream. I'm pretty sure it was originating from Penrith. I'm pretty sure they were screaming, "Tackle him, hold him up." But this scoreline continues to balloon out. It continues to get tougher and tougher for Penrith, and the Rabbitohs continue to get their heart crushed.
Indeed it was, as I grab my binoculars here and have a look down to the in-goal spectator area. It looks like Lachlan Martin's down there with Mark Lee, and they're already screaming out, not very happy with the Rabbitohs' defense here. They're making it incredibly hard for the team to make it into the finals, as we have Logan Strange now taking a hit up. The Penrith Panthers, they'll have to come up with something special if they are to make the finals in the coming games. And so we have Nanai now. White rather, as he scoots from dummy half. At the 40 now, the Corcoran brother and Josh. Barner, inside ball to Nanai. Ever since coming off the bench, I don't think anyone's been able to stop Nanai, and likewise with Engo. As we have Rex Slattery now taking the hit up at the 40. He's going to play the ball. Going back to Josh Corcoran. He puts in a deep kick over the heads of the Rabbitohs. Butterfield taking it awkwardly with his back turned to the defense. And Butterfield's going to get wrapped up at the 20.
Yeah, good little run there from Butterfield, but wrapped up relatively easily. The Rabbitohs, they want to get something out of this game. I think it's a pretty good chance they lose from here. But I think they just want a little bit of a consolation. Maybe give Jai Collins a try in his final game as captain. Just something to bring the spirits up a bit.
Oh, and they've come up with an error here. Walker's come away with it, and they're going to go back for the play of the ball, saying that there's been no advantage. Or rather, they're going to go for a scrum, as Jai McCartney is going to feed it. At Barner in the lock position.
Oh, what?
And he runs straight into an offside half. I think it was Carl. And I don't know if he broke early there, Carl. The referee thinks otherwise, and we'll have Corcoran kick for touch.
Yeah, well, the ref thinks he broke early. I'm not entirely sure about that, but I'm willing to trust the word of the ref. We could be getting 40 points here pretty soon from the Warriors. The Rabbitohs defense, they're going to need to perform very well in this set. They're realistically on pace for 50 the way they're scoring tries in the second half.
Indeed, it's just been very disappointing here from the Rabbitohs tonight. If the Warriors score 12 more points, they will equal their own record for the biggest winning margin. That is if the Rabbitohs are held.
Sean Walker.
Scoreless as Walker's gone over here. Sean Walker, he's been quite something for the Warriors, and I think there's no question about it. He's got that ball down. And Jai McCartney will have another opportunity to put points on the board.
What was that defense from the Rabbitohs? I think this is the worst. I know I've stressed it enough, but this is genuinely the worst performance I've ever seen from a team. I mean, to concede a try like that, there were 4 players standing around the ball. Sean Walker was almost 10 meters out. How do you concede a try like that? It's just, I don't know how to feel about it. I think McCartney's going to start this too wide.
It almost came back. Yeah, indeed. Sean Walker just I don't even know, just tearing through there. There wasn't much, I guess, reason for him to be able to do that. Obviously, there was about, I don't know, about the whole team of the Rabbitohs were there to defend him, but no one decided that they were going to help out the man making the tackle, as that's Sean Walker's first try for the season in the final game. The Warriors with a 40-0 lead, 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I think I'm pretty confident now that there's no chance that the Rabbitohs are coming back, and they will not play finals.
Well, it would be quite the spectacle if they were they were able to come back from this one.
And I think it'd be a pretty safe bet to say that the Penrith Panthers, unless they come up with something truly ridiculous and truly special, they will also not be playing finals, as we have the top 4 locked in. As Sean Walker now through the line, Butterfield, lucky that he didn't try and make that tackle because he was way off the mark. Don't know what he was doing there. Slattery now. It's about 18 out from the try line. It's the last tackle here from the Warriors, looking to really extend this lead and try and make it even more embarrassing for the Rabbitohs. It's Josh Butterfield with an awkward kick. Oh, and he's been absolutely smashed in the tackle. It was Logan Strange, the man, as Chase Williams now trying to get his team out of danger. Logan Strange putting on an absolute shot on the fullback.
That was an absolute beauty of a shot. The Knights captain, Logan Strange, absolutely battering him. And I'm sure Butterfield wouldn't be very happy with his performance tonight. Another error from the Rabbitohs.
They've put the ball down again, trying to switch it on the inside to get around Bunce and put some points on the board. But it's been cleaned up very comfortably there by the Warriors. Now within 30 meters of the opposition try line. It's only the first tackle. They'll continue their campaign towards more points as Barner through the line now. Logan Strange was running way too close to him. He could have offloaded it there if he ran a little wider. Rogers now goes to Strange. They're calling for forward, so is Carl. He's been put in his back. They're going to go upstairs once again. The referee is incompetent of making a decision tonight. As usual, we see from referees in rugby league. And we go upstairs, and it's going to be a no try. It's going to be the third tackle and only 10 out. So we have Walker now stepping one, looking for a double. He's not going to get it, turned on his back. Very lucky there. As we have McCartney now looking for himself. Again, turned on his back. I don't know if is he going to go upstairs again this time? No, it's Klein, so of course not. He's actually got something going for him there, the bold-headed referee. As we have Barner now putting it off the left boot, puts it very high indeed. Kevin Dixon taking it comfortably. And he's been turned on his back there, and he's just at the 20.
Yeah, well, Dixon, he wouldn't be too happy with his debut tonight, but he's had a few good moments. He's looked decent. He hasn't really gotten involved. I don't think he's had the opportunity to. And another error from the Rabbitohs. This is embarrassing.
That is ridiculous stuff from the Rabbitohs. You're saying about Kevin Dixon, and I think I have to agree. As Nano through the line. Sorry, as I was saying, Kevin Dixon, a shining light for the Rabbitohs. He's been very good in his involvements tonight. As Logan Strange now looking for the line. He can't get their turn on his back. Jaden White pretty much getting the ball on the try line. He kind of just needed to put it down there. Bunce now going to Corcoran. Corcoran to Walker, and he's in for a double.
That is a beauty. That is a beautiful try there from Sean Walker. They're checking it. I'm not sure why. I think that's a pretty clear-cut try. Just a little bit of ball playing there. McCartney with the try assist, and Sean Walker, he's had a great game.
I don't know why they checked it. The referee probably not in the greatest position, as they rarely are, as we have Joe McCartney teeing up the kick. He'll look to extend this lead to 46 points. Just 2 points below their largest winning margin held by the Warriors. They'll hopefully get a penalty in the last minute to equal it, and there'll be a great send-off for their season as he gets that kick. That's a beauty off the left boot, and the big-bellied half has put it through very easily there.
The big-bellied voodoo magician, I think you mean.
Absolutely. As we have Carl yet again, his involvements tonight have been really running the ball in the second last tackle and kicking off after a score. There's been not much to do from the Rabbitohs. Has really done all of their work as Rogers now taking the first hit up. There's just under 3 to go in this second half. I think there's no doubt in my mind that the Warriors, as Logan Strange absolutely making a great run there, is that the Warriors will have a 46-0 win over the Rabbitohs, and they will make the finals, and very, very comfortably. I don't think there's any chance, already starting with about a 20-point head start over the Penrith Panthers. I don't think the Panthers can pull off a 60-plus victory over the Broncos. I think that's unheard of in the SRL. As we have Broughton Thompson now looking for more points for his team. Well, it's going to be the last play, probably. It's the last tackle.
There's a chance they crack 50 here.
If the Warriors can crack 50 here. Oh, it's an awkward kick. Oh, that is... Oh, he's been driven back into the in goal. No, it's a knock on. All right, damn it. As we have the Warriors... Oh, no!
What's happening here?
What is happening here? The referee has actually said that Butterfield's... Butterfield has knocked it onto the in goal, and it's going to be Broughton Thompson, the last play. He's going to have to try and come up with something special here as we... What is going on? The Warriors really celebrating this win with a bit of haywire stuff. It looks like Chance Bunt's gone back to get it. No, he hasn't. That's the full-time siren. A bit of weirdness there. Maybe Joe McCartney's spell had some unforeseen consequences and side effects. It's the Warriors with a 46-0 win over the Rabbitohs. They will play in the SRL Finals for Season 4. The Rabbitohs eliminated. And that was an incredible game from the Warriors, completing 30 out of 34 sets. The Rabbitohs with 14 errors.
I don't think I've seen that many sets in the SRL ever. They've had 77% of the ball. And you can't say it's just luck because it's the Rabbitohs' fault. 14 errors. They had to make 211 tackles. And the Warriors, they absolutely full-logged them.
I feel bad for whoever has to pick a player of the match tonight. The likes of both Patrick Corcoran and Broughton Thompson. Not Broughton Thompson, sorry. Walker. He has actually both scored a double. Did you ever see James Thorne missing 5 tackles? Liam Ryan with 4 errors himself. Likewise, Buns coming on at halftime rather, and same with Nana, both scoring tries in the first 6 minutes. I feel very bad for whoever has to pick. Jaden White scoring a great try of his own. It's just been all class from the Warriors tonight, really showing why they deserve to be in the finals. Joshua Corcoran, that's a huge effort. 340 kick meters is no small feat. He's almost kicked the ball 4 times the field length, as we have some great stats here. Logan Strange, 6 tackles. Daniel Engo coming off the bench with 5, and so is Sean Walker. It's just been all class from the Warriors. It was absolute domination tonight.
Yeah, and I think if you look at the run meters, that completely just... That says why. I mean, look at how many of their players had 100 meters running. And then the others... I mean, the lowest total is 26, but it's not long until you get to 70, 80, and then most of their players have over 100. I mean, that's just incredible performance from every single player tonight. They'll be very happy, the Warriors. I think they can pose a threat to the Cowboys next week. So we'll see you for the next game. Stick around for the next game on SRL TV. Good night.